conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
How you be? I hope y'all are ready to play. We ain't doing nothing but walking around out here enjoying the sunshine today. Some of you, well, you're feeling lost about different things. But understand this. This is all to make you stronger. Me too. You got to know everything's a test. Test your resolve. See where you're at in all this. You're in the greatest time you'll ever be in. The transition of the earth. Watching her evolve from a human perspective. Pretty fascinating thing to sit and observe. You watch life, you watch death, you watch all of this. You choose your place to grab onto it at. Do you want to sit back and get caught up in all the stuff you can't control, when the only thing that you truly control is the way you react to it? What we're looking for is balance. Somewhere in all this, there's got to be balance. So what if we balanced us? What if I balanced me and you balanced you? And with all of this, balance comes over the world. Now, I don't think that balance is a very confusing thing. I understand that I go through all types of emotions. I understand that that's the human frame. Now, all our lives, or especially me, they told me to think, not feel. So what was I to do with all of that I was feeling, if all I could do was voice what I think? Well, sometime a long time ago, I started feeling, and it was real. So I had to change the way I thought about what I was feeling, because that's the only thing I could change, was me. But it changes the way you look at everything. When you change the way you look at you, you got to understand, you're a vibrational antenna in all of this. So when you change the way you think, it changes the way you feel. It increases the vibrational frequency of you. Some of us, well, we lost loved ones. Some of us, we lost pets. But still, in your heart, that's hard to digest. But understand, they're in a better place than we are. They don't have to feel all this anymore. They're not creating things to have strife over. Actually, they're still with you in your heart. They left an impact somewhere. I don't care if it's a dog, a cat, or a bird, maybe even a human or two. It's still here with you. Because if you'll understand that you're just the same as it, but you think you're physical still yet. The physical, well, it's a thing you can experience, or you can create strife for yourself. We live in a time where everyone's been told what to be and how to be it, and everything else. But through all of that, somewhere deep in you, that's where you're hiding from yourself. I know I did for years. Now, I'm just a guide in this time, learning from this and learning from that and teaching others what I've learned. The greatest thing I've learned is to be an observer and observe all of this. And what in this can I shift? Well, what I truly can shift is me and the vibration I be. Because that's really all we're here to do, is change the way we look at each other. We're the only thing on this planet that has no respect for another. We admire all the beauty of nature. We admire the diversity of it. But when it comes to looking at another human on two legs, well, why can't we do the same thing? I can you? But I don't know. I'm just flowing with what's coming through me, sitting out here in amongst these trees and in the mountains. It's a beautiful day to be in my world. I created that. Because no matter what's going on outside of me, I can't control any of that. All I can do is change the way I look at it, change the way I feel about it, and understand we're working towards balance. Kind of like those trees I plant. I know at the age that I am, I'll never see them fully grown. Kind of like the ones I plant from seed. They've been in the ground 3 or 4 years. I know I'll never see them mature. I won't be here. But I know in my heart that I will, because a piece of me is right there with it. All I did was put it in the ground and protect its roots and water it. Nature took care of it after that. Well, that's all I do to me. Plant my ass in the ground and water it with all that I see. That's the easiest way to find myself. But I know how to find me. I've been doing it for decades. The trick is, how can we help you find you? That's what we're here to do. Help one another. You know, that's the biggest thing I can see is we're so scared to meet anybody else. What kind of drama are they going to bring to me? Well, if you don't live in drama, it won't come to you. It avoids you like the plague. I can tell you that in my life, because all those that brought drama and strife, they no longer come in my world to play. But that's me, again. How can we help you find you? That's what we're all here to do. If I can change your perspective with a few words and what I feel, man, I'm happy to do it. If I can bring you out here on the farm and let you hug the trees I hug and nourish every day, well, I'd do that too. Me, I know my gig. I know what I am. I know who I am. I know what I'm here to do. So how can I help you? Derek, well, he's had some stuff going on in his life. They're throwing the world on his shoulders. It's just a test to see his place, see where he's vibrating at. That's all it is. That's all it ever is. Can you shake you and your resolve, or can you keep on being who you truly be? Well, I can tell you this, it's hard some days, and some days it's really easy. Me out here, I could stay in my place. It's easy. All these animals and trees to assist, the mountains and the breeze. But going down in amongst humanity, well, that's where I test myself, you see. Can I keep myself in my center while interacting with others? Well, I've learned this. The more I keep my center, the more I give away kind words and smiles, the more lives I affect. And I don't have to do anything but be who I be. I don't take none of their crap personally. That's theirs. They want to wallow in it, let them. I can't help them. But if they want to find a better way, well, maybe we can teach them to breathe and play, because we take all this too serious. It's not, you know, nobody gets out alive. The body, it physically dies. You go back home and you become all that is again, instead of creating this perspective you're living in. Hey, B. Hello. Oh, once again, he put me on the air. Of course, the powers that be out here, they kill my signal most days. Nobody wants to hear me rattle. But if they didn't want to hear me rattle, they wouldn't have given me this toy. So I don't know what to do with all this. Technology escapes me. But planting seeds and growing stuff, it excites me. I'll just get out here and play. This is where I like to stay. So I keep creating my dream and making it come truer and truer every day. Creating my piece of heaven in this 3D place. I know that nothing was created in a moment, so it takes a few times to sit down and ponder about it. I know that evolution is in full gig nature every day. All you got to do is learn how to make it through it, learn how to thrive in it. Not easy once you become the conscious creator you truly be, and you learn the tricks that a few of us have learned. And I won't say mastered. I'm a master of nothing except creating more to play with. And I don't think I'll ever be a master until I exit from this plane. Until then, I'm going to keep playing and learning what I can create in my life, because I'm my own science experiment. And the things that I practice every day, the things I tell y'all about, I put them to use every day. And every day a new lesson comes about. It teaches me more and more about who I am and who I claim to be, knowing that me, I'm an evolution too. I'm not the same man that started this walk a long time ago. I change every day when new information is input. That's what we strive for. Learn to be better than we are right now. Because in the next breath, who knows what's going to come down? Can you stop your mouth from running to sit and breathe and be and not think about nothing? Or just sit and breathe and be and think about where you want to be in 5 years. And what if you create that in 5 months? It's not hard. We've just been indoctrinated with the attention span of a gnat. And you got to break that cycle first to find where you're at. Everything in this world is by a plan of one side or another. And the ones, well, they're teaching you to how to enslave yourself. And you're falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. Sometimes, though, you got to step back out it and wonder, is this all I'm here for? And when you wonder that more and more, then you'll find a path to walk on. It may not be the perfect path, but it'll be the starting of one. We never know what tomorrow's going to bring because it doesn't exist. Yesterday had a bunch of them. They don't exist anymore either, unless I carry around a memory of it in my heart or in my body. How much of that can I question and get rid of? We operate from a place of what we know, but do we really know anything? Do you think because you're college educated you know more than most? Do you think that because you live out in the middle of nowhere you're better than someone else? Do you think because you live on Wall Street and you work there that you're more important than the guy sitting there looking for his next meal? It takes each one of us to play our parts on this great big wheel. We all make choices every moment of every day. And then you sit back and say, well, I didn't choose that. Well, you did at some point or you wouldn't experience it. That's the greatest part about all this, learning that you're creating what you're living in. Learning that every word you speak, every thought you think creates the place you be. So in my world, it's kind of important to know these things. So what can I create today to assist me and other living beings? Because right here, right now, that brings me joy and bliss. But I don't know about anybody else. I'm not living in their world. So if you're focusing on what you don't have, instead of appreciating what you do, what's that doing for you? If you're holding on to old memories, well, you can live in that too. It's your choice. We all have them. How do we find a better one? That's up to you. If you don't like where you're at, then change something to change that. If it's as simple as getting quiet and breathing and not complaining with your mouth, what would that change in your life? I know it changed a bunch in mine. What if for a moment you could sit down and breathe and be calm and talk to your spouse? Could that change your relationship somehow? What if instead of having the $300 pair of sneakers, you went down and bought the $40 ones? They're going to wear out in the same amount of time. But you took that other money and you put it back to go for another drink. Or change the way you eat. Whatever you do. It's the smallest of things that assist us to where we're going. It's nothing big. It's nothing drastic. It's nothing that overwhelming unless you let it be. Me, I'm going to sit out here and talk to the trees. And I'm going to create a peaceful place. All these critters around me, they appreciate that. So I'll see what I can do with that. And y'all have a wonderful day and ponder some of these words. If you don't, that's okay too. It's your choice on where you want to live. You can create a new one every moment of every day when you decide that the way you're living ain't the way you want to live. It's your choice. But instead of complaining about it, get a new thought, tiny little step that way every day, and watch how your life changes. Y'all have a wonderful day. Welcome to my world. Come on, let's play.
I'm conscious. Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah.
Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?